It's escargot versus Sushi. Let's try that again, folks. Hello.
Right out of the
Take
box.
two. There we go. Let's try this. Cut. All right. It's escargot versus sushi. Champagne against sake. Napoleon heads up with Hirohito. It's the bayonet that is the Formula Renault versus the samurai sword that is the Pro Mazda. Today, from Indianapolis Motor Speedway, it's time for the Little Wings 125. And you can see it all right here, live as it happens on the Global SimRacing Channel. From the Hoosier State, hello and welcome to GSRC's Countdown to Green as cyberspace flows into your place over these 15 streamy award-worthy minutes. GSRC will bring you all the storylines, all the stats and facts you'll need to fully appreciate the Little Wings 125 that will immediately follow as we count down to green. And here to do all of that is Soup and Crackers. Yours truly, Bill Soup's on, joined way up in the press box to bring you our bird's eye view by my longtime booth mate, Sean Crackers Ambrose. Down in the production van, turning the knobs and pushing the sliders, it's the doctor of Fitz Topology, Amjad Yaman, armed with cameras, located, aimed, zoomed, and focused by GSRC's camera guru, Dougie Beer. Crackers, it's France versus Japan. Formula Renaults against Pro Mazdas. Set up to be competitive with each other. No one is certain as to how this is going to play out. Maybe the only thing that is certain is where this is going to play out.
It's absolute anarchy down here today, Soup. Cats and dogs living together. It's terrible. But, you know, one constant is Indianapolis Motor Speedway. It's been right here on 16th Street since 1909 when they built it. Bill, it's 2.5 miles, 2 5/8-mile long straightaways, 4 geometrically identical quarter-mile turns, connected by 2 1/8-mile short straightaways, the short chutes. What more can you say about it? It's a beautiful track. It's a classic. It was the second purpose-built banked oval racing circuit right after Brooklands, which was built just 4 years before it, and the first to be called a speedway. Designated a National Historic Landmark in 1987, it is the only such site to be affiliated with automotive racing history. Bet you didn't know that. You always get a little info out of us. Yeah.
That's good stuff.
Now, the best way, though, to get an idea of what this place is really like is to jump on board and take a lap around IMS with the GSRC Lap Guide.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Global SimRacing Channel. I'm Brian Yazek. This is Indianapolis Motor Speedway and I'm driving the GSRC DW12 IndyCar. Indy is a track that does not need any introduction and should be on any race fan's bucket list. Without further ado, here we go. Down the front stretch, grandstands on both sides. Very, very easy to develop tunnel vision through here. As you got buildings to the left, right, everywhere. Down into turn 1. Indy has very tight corners, so you want to take it a little wider than you think in entry. Through the short chute, into turn 2. Once again, just try not to take it too wide or that car is going to push out to the fence and ruin your day. Down the long backstretch, just screaming up on turn 3 at 225 miles an hour, down into the corner, find that white line, drift it right back out, and then through the short chute back down into turn 4. Turn 4 and turn 2 have a very easy capability of allowing you to overdrive them. So it's very crucial that you nail your line through there. Not a whole lot of room to move around, but you will see guys probably start to feather the throttle a little bit. You can go wide open for a little while. Through turn 2 again. Don't get out too wide. That wall off of turn 2 has claimed many, many race car drivers and legends of the sport. And it will claim you if you're not paying attention. Down into turn 3 once again. Find the white line. Don't get the rumble strips. Float it back out here through the short chute. Down into turn 4. And let it float out one more time. Down the front stretch. Once again, with the screaming virtual fans on either side of you. Without further ado, this completes your track guide around the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. I'm Brian Yazek. This was the GSRC DW12.
That's kind of the chipmunk version of our lap guide, played on 78 there, as we did that one in the DW12. So it's a little faster around here than it will be today in these Formula Renaults and these Pro Mazdas. All right, Sean, we've talked a little bit about what's going on. Let's talk about the event details.
All right, Soup. One-off, special occasion, special event, whatever you want to call it. It's the Little Wing 125. That's what it's really called. This is a single class fixed setup. Okay, they balanced out the cars specifically for this event. At least they tried to get them as close as possible. So we had the Pro Mazda and the Formula Renault 2.0. Two pretty evenly matched cars to begin with, but there was a little bit, like I said, a little bit of balance power needed to get this just right. Race distance today, 50 laps, 125 miles. Hold on to your seats. This is going to be fun. The max fuel run on the car with the adjustments that they made to the tank is going to be somewhere between about 25 and 30 laps. You are going to need one stop to get this race done today. And incident cap, we don't need to talk about it. There isn't one. You won't get disqualified unless you're just a total jerk and they need to get rid of you. But fast repairs, Soup, there are tons of cars waiting in the pits to come back out on track if we need them. So Mazda, the boys from Japan and the boys from France were very, very busy getting cars ready for this event.
Sean and I are coming into this one with a little bit more of a loose attitude here. There's no points involved. This, like Sean mentioned, this is just a fun one. There's a bit of concern on our part, as this was kind of a come one, come all kind of invitation. A lot of guys showing up. There was no password for the session, so it filled up quickly. Some of the drivers that were planning to race on it, Sean, I guess, were a little sad.
Yeah, a little bit, which means, who knows, maybe we'll have one of these again in the real near future. Like you said, it is just for fun. So that being said, folks, place your bets. Get to the window. It's post time. We've got about 2.5 minutes here left in qualifying, and right now it is Luke. What is that? Trulolis. Yes. Well, easy for me to say. Luke must have slipped in when I wasn't looking there, but Luke there at the top of the board in his Pro Mazda. And look, folks, there's a Formula Renault. Matt Egan third. So the Renault is definitely a factor here so far in the top 10 in qualifying.
Sean,
one just went to the pole.
Christopher Rigby gets on up there. Sean, my timing and scoring, I'm not able to tell the car count. Are you able to take a quick peek and see, do we have a pretty good mix of vehicles?
Soup. You know what? It looks to be about half and half. Maybe a slight edge to the Pro Mazdas. Maybe they've got about 4 or 5 more, but what I'm looking at, it looks to be a pretty good split.
That's good. I'm very excited. This should be a fun event. Another things that kind of concern us going into this one is the unlimited fresh cars, which is fine because this is a fun event. You want the drivers to have fun, but often in these come one, come all with unlimited repairs, sometimes we see the same driver coming out over and over and over, being responsible for a yellow flag. Well, hopefully that's not the case.
Well, Soup, you talk about drivers. We've got a lot of familiar names in the field. Joseph Ringrose is here, fellow GSRC commentator. Let's see, who else would we see? CM Skinner is here. You know who that is.
Sure. How about that's a Skinner? How about the driver in 11th? This is Richie Valley, Four Seasons fame. Yep. We know him from driving the SRFs, I believe, in a series we covered.
We do. Jason Wallet is also here. We're used to seeing him. And Clifford Ebbett, of course, organized this event. He's in the field. Harrison Finch, our friend from the old Formula Renault 2.0's days.
That's a real big name. He's doing very well in another series that we cover. What is that? We do the IGPS series where he's driving the Williams, right? Is it the Williams? Where we don't know? It's the McLaren now that we drive down there.
That'll be tomorrow morning here on the Global SimRacing Channel. Absolutely.
He's in the championship hunt for that one. That's some stiff competition for sure.
Edgar Sancinelli is here.
We're going to see Edgar tomorrow on the Absolute Beginner League. Turn into that. His responsibility will be to drive the pace car. Yes, that's right. We have a real live pace car tomorrow in their all-star race. So qualifying is done. Let's go ahead, Sean. We'll go through the order here. How about 2 at a time since they have a pace lap on the front? I'm going to do my best I can on this one. Kane Raleigh Howell. He's going to be inside of Christopher Rigby.
All right, Soup. Row 2 is going to be Harrison Finch and Joseph Ringrose.
Mark Fadden and Adam Meyer fill up row 3.
Row 4, Bruce Jones, Matt Egan.
DM Skinner and Connor Welsh in 9th and 10th.
Row 6, Michael Cosley and Andrew Cardinal.
Walking like a man, it's Richie Valley in the Baker's Dozen spot. Doug Lanier in 14th.
Row 8, Mark Geehan and Anthony Burrows.
Clifford Evan in 17th, going to be inside of Luke Trudeau's.
Donald Robertson, Jason Wallet, complete row 10.
Hidden Blackjack, it's Alan English, Benjamin Bartelink in the double duck spot.
All right, and quickly, one of my favorite names, Eric Heater. Going to bring the heat today. 23rd, completing row 12 is going to be Luis Gonzalez Nunez.
If I was picking a winner based on how my wife picks horses for a winner, Eric Heater, that guy's got to move up to the front. In the 25th position, Pat Copley, Greg Clark, a chalk after him.
All right, Soup. In row 14 here, we got Jay Bougie and Benjamin Morton.
The aforementioned Edgar Sanchinelli in 29th, inside of Lisa Sanfilippo.
Okay, and row 16, Scott Spidle and Richard Doty.
Now, I always get in trouble for assuming gender on these people, but I'm going to assume that Lisa Sanfilippo is a female, okay? If not, we need to talk to the parents. Isabella Bouchard, another one I'm going to go with as a female there. She's going to start in 33rd position. Outside of her, Matthew Fox.
Okay, and then we'll go to row 18. Dwayne Benzinger, Dennis Donlin. There it is, Donlin. Dennis Donlin.
Eric Keplinger in the 37th position. 38th, Paul Parashak.
All right, Soup. And row 20, Magic. Row 20, Andrew Combs, Luke Peters.
Michel Condor and, oh, I'm sorry. Well, then we get down to these guys. I'm seeing Luke Peters down here. Michael Usal and Brian Barnett, and we're good there to go from there. I think the rest of these guys, I don't think they put in qualifying time. Some of these guys are not going to be racing with us.
Looks like most of the field has actually gotten underway. Soup, boy, I only see a couple that haven't taken the start here.
Brian Bernard. William Refrigerator Perry is here today in the 42 machine. Scott Martin, Stuart John, Casey Drake rounding out the back. 44 names on the entry list, 39 put in qualifying times. We're ready to go, 50 laps.
I heard Perry's got Ditka on the box. Working fuel strategy and tires.
Race control giving some instructions to the driver. One rave around per caution they're talking about. Race control says have fun. Well, Sean, this will be a new one for us. What do you like? Do you like the Renault or do you like the Mazda?
Soup, I got a soft spot in my heart for the Formula Renault 2.0.
I do as well. And it is a Renault sitting on the outside. In fact, both Renaults up in the front, filling up the first row. And the pace car comes down. The pace car pulls in. You know what to do. Gather up the chickens, take cover behind the cows because the horses are out of the barn. And it's Christopher Rigby who gets the best of the pole sitter, the man up front, Harrison Finch. There's some bumping and banging going on behind. We didn't get far. Joseph Ringro tucks into third, and it's time for our first yellow. Take a drink.
Yeah, those Soup, those cars didn't even make it across the yard of bricks before that got started. So
we're going to look for a replay on this one. There's some tumbling and tumbling and tumbling there. Alan English involved in it. And if I look at it, it's as Alex English really ran up on the back of some of the drivers. I think he's the driver that started it.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not. There might have been some trouble in front of him. It looks like maybe, I'm going to say that the I can figure out
Well,
which.
Allen comes up through the middle here. The trouble was right in front of him.
I think Mike Grehan was really slow getting going, and I think that might have.
Yeah, Gehan was slow getting going, and I honestly think it was somebody that got in behind him, gave him the tap around, and then that's where it all went bad.
I'm going to go on board with Guion, and you can see everyone starts to pull away, and he doesn't get I want to probably start in first gear, or I don't know, maybe he's in the wrong gear. Obviously, probably not in first gear. You know, practicing your starts, something that you got to learn, something you don't do when you practice. What gear do you want to be in when we get going? The bad news here, Sean, is that happened a lot of times before the drivers got to the start-finish line, which sometimes it can confuse iRacing, and they can start doling out black flags with a passion.
Yeah, I haven't seen race control start to clear any black flags yet. Maybe, just maybe, we didn't get any there.
Bill Soup's on along with Sean Crackers Ambrose here, calling the action for you as we get one yellow flag under the way. These yellow flag laps will count.
Looks like everybody's still trying to catch the pace car here. We've got a lot of cars cycling around the back of the field.
And we set the fastest lap of the race with that lap. Good news for the drivers who are out. There is a fast repair, so everybody can go on in and get another car, come back out, try it again. Bad news is there'll be a lap down. Bad news for the two-dimensional fans is they're going to bring a lot of those drivers back out, and maybe they'll learn from their mistakes, Sean, and we'll get the next one in. Good news is the next one, single files. I'm assuming single file.
Boy, we might be assuming a lot there. Let me see if no, it doesn't tell me.
Well, as much as I love the excitement of a double file restart.
Hey, listen.
I'd like to.
Soup?
Yes?
I'm going to treat this right now when we come upon things that we're not sure of. It's kind of like mystery meat in the lunch line at school.
There you go.
Right? You're really interested because you want to try and figure out what it is, but you're also very guarded about how you may feel about it. So,
like a Jack in the Box taco. I'm not really sure what the meat is they put in there. It's good.
Nothing like a deep
Jack
fried
in the Box
taco.
out there. Do they have Jack in the Box out in Texas where you live?
Oh yes, plenty of this. Do they have them in California, Sue?
2 tacos for 99 cents, baby, right now.
Three for 99 cents right now.
Oh, mercy.
Yes.
What are we doing here? All right, they're working lap number 3, 48 to go. This will be a fun one. What's our weather like, Sean? We haven't really looked at that one. Maybe we can bring that up, take a peek what we're dealing with.
It's actually pretty warm. It's 78 degrees outside, but it's 104 degrees on track, which is sure to get hotter as the race goes on. Although if we have many cautions like this, and maybe it won't get much warmer, but just a touch of wind, which will not make a difference in this race. And of course, about 55% humidity. Pretty typical for a day in Indianapolis, Indiana.
Let's focus in on Casey Drake right now in 8th position. His car is parked on the side of the road, and he's blinking for me and not going anywhere. And now he begins to roll. Car number 8 car number 8. There's Casey bringing his Pro Mazda back out onto the track. And he went over a few cones.
All right, Soup. We got to be creative here.
All right. That's don't tempt me.
All right. I hope folks are playing along with our bingo game.
All right. We have a bingo game. Oh, when we say certain items, they mark it on the chart. Okay.
Almost wish we had a graphic of that. We could.
Boy,
throw
we
up
do need to get a.
Okay,
our director is going to post it.
Yes, Amjad is going to post it in the chat, and I could probably do that too. But I'm not as technically advanced as he is. I'll let him handle that. I will respond to your questions though, if you have any.
Another game you can play, though, is the consumption game. Now, we recommend you do it with a non-alcoholic beverage because GSRC cares, but every time we go to a yellow flag, take a drink.
Okay. So the bingo game has been posted, Sue.
And here's the good news.
I think we've already knocked out a couple of these.
Right. I don't really remember the chart, so I'll be playing fair, so we should offer a prize for that.
What are you offering up, Sue? I'll offer tax assistance if somebody'd like to help me with my taxes. No,
I think I would go to Jack in the Box, get a couple tacos, put it in the mail. That's what I would.
You know what? Those tacos would probably hold up in the mail.
Oh, you bet, man. Those are.
I think we've got some waiver rounds going on, actually. Pat Copley, Donald Robertson.
Yep, the lapped cars. That's one of the things I was listening to. The lapped cars get to go around for each yellow. So those are, I think they're giving basically like the lucky dog, and then they've yet to do the waiver rounds because right now I'm showing Richard Doherty as the car behind the pace car, although he is in 27th position, right?
Yeah.
Is that what?
Yeah, that's what I'm showing too.
So
this could get a little confusing.
Yeah, I think they let the lapped cars go, and then they'll, will they wave around the front cars before then? As we talked about that we might have a little bit of a longer yellow flag. Good news is I am well rehearsed in Broadway show tunes, so if we need to go into there, we can break those out a little bit later.
I know a few too. We should do Oklahoma. I know half of those.
That's good. The corn is as high, Sean. You got the next line? As in, oh come on! I thought as an elephant's eye, man.
As an elephant's eye. That's right.
Jeez.
Oh, what a... Okay, I'm not going to start. Oh, now I've got that in my head. No.
All right, we are working lap 45, or 45 to go. Sorry, we're lap 5. And now we have a few more wave rounds, I think. Hey, the new fast lap record was set that time.
All right, Soup, the waiver rounds are happening. Here we go. Now we get things sorted out here.
Oh, boy, and the good news is I see them starting to file up in double row, side by side. So, boys and girls, we got ourselves a double file restart. Your leader, Christopher Rigby. Harrison Finch, outside of him. Joseph Ringrow and Mark McFadden make up row 2. The third row, Adam Meyer and Matt Egan.
Soup, those boys are going to have a long way to go around and catch them before this flag drops.
All Renaults up front in the top 7 positions. The first Mazda back there in 8th, Michael Causey.
Soup, those guys that just got the waiver round are not going to catch this field.
Well, maybe they can come, and they'll come with, like full momentum. They'll be able to blow by kind of a pace of thunder. Pace car is in.
Get interesting. Here we go.
Time to go racing. Look, I am so used to calling the Delaras getting going. Boy, these Formula Renaults takes a while to get them rolling. Rigby, Finch, Ringrose, McFadden, a little better, 3 wide in the back. Shooting through in the middle. That's Causey in the middle in the steerer wheel position. The clown is McFadden. The joker is Meyer. Great battle going on for 5th right now.
Trying to bring Egan along with him. Egan sticking his nose up there.
We ride on board with Michael. Michael's making it work. Oh, it's Matt. Matt making it work. A little bit of a bump draft as Matt is pushing Adam Meyer. Let's go.
Names that begin and end with M.
Matt Egan, Michael Causey, Mark McFadden. Great racing going on for 4th position. Up in front, it's pretty front wide. God, let's go up to the lead. Finch on the inside, Rigby on the top side. Joseph Ringro, who's I've had a pleasure of sitting next to here in the GSRC commentator booth in 3rd. Joseph doing a little bit of blinking. That's not going to stop him, though, as he makes a move on the inside. Rigby stuck on top. Renault on the top side. Here comes Matt Egan. Uh-oh. Let's go to Mark McFadden. He's involved in it. I don't know if he started it. Oh, it might have been a little bit of internet connection problem.
It was with a Red Bull car, and I got to go back and see who that was.
Oh, it was Anthony Burrows. The Red Bull number 42 started to blink. He was just outside of Bartelink, just inside of McFadden. They get together. McFadden is turned into Bartelink. Both those cars spin up into the wall.
Connor Welsh was a victim in that, too, in his Logitech Formula Renault.
Let's go back, and when we look at it multiple times, we'll go back and see if we can find a driver that makes it through. I think I found one. How about we look at it when we have a chance through the eyes of Benjamin Morden in the 455 machine. Watch this. It all happens in front of Benjamin. You be the driver. Pick your line, boys and girls. A lot of blinking. There's a car to the outside of you, too. Look at that. Sometimes the seas part. Okay, take a drink as we go yellow for the 2nd time. Out in front at the time the yellow came out, it was Harrison Finch, Christopher Rigby in 2nd, Joseph Ringrose in 3rd, Mark Egan in 4th, all in Renaults. Adam Meyer, Bruce Jones, 5th and 6th. Michael Causey again, Michael Causey Jr. in 7th in our first, and really the only Pro Mazda that's up there.
Well, Soup, we're just about a 5th of the way done with this event. We'll be getting into lap 10 here pretty soon.
Okay. This is the point where I would usually go through and tell you the drivers that are out of the race, but with the fast repairs, it's kind of pointless. But there are some drivers that maybe have decided to call it a day. I think Casey Drake's not with us anymore. We thought him with internet problems. But it looks like everybody else still hanging in. There's a lot of drivers coming in for a pit stop. Sean, let's take this a little seriously now and talk about pit stops.
Yeah.
41 to go. You're getting close to that number. They said, what this was, 25 to 30?
Yep.
You got to figure this yellow flag's going to go on for a little while as there's some bookwork to take care of as they sort the cars around.
Yeah, and obviously under caution, that'll be an area where you'll be able to save fuel.
Yep.
Soup. You won't burn as much. In these cars, you can certainly save a lot of fuel under caution. So
at the rate these yellows are coming, it's feasible that Harrison Finch might be able to no stop this.
I think that might be a stretch, but I'll tell you what, Soup.
I don't know if it's that big of a stretch.
Another caution, and I might be the one that thinks about coming down again, topping off and calling it a day. You know what I mean?
They only need to go 50, and if they can go 30, and if they run enough yellows, right now we've had three laps of green, I think. Harrison Finch out there. Let's look at the line that Harrison Finch takes under yellow. Boy, that's nice and smooth.
Well, hey, listen. Very important to get those pace laps.
That done, man. That lap is smooth as dolphin skin.
All right, so let's talk about a couple people who've moved up through the field. I know it's probably not super important right this second.
Oh no.
You do have Scott Speidel right now, who is up 21 spots and finds himself in 10th in his Wrangler Pro Mazda. That's a pretty good run up through the field. Jay Bougie from Georgia in his Pro Mazda, up 16 spots. Those dudes have seen some action here in just the few green flag laps we've had. They've been busy.
Started 31st and 27th, respectively. They are racing now 10th and 11th. Good to see those Mazdas come up. You know, we could be a little bit, maybe the Mazdas weren't quite as good in qualifying. We don't really know how well they race. Certainly, these guys seem to have raced their Mazdas through the field.
Yeah, and you know what? And I don't think there's any reason letting people know that we don't have a ton of experience here on the Global Sim Racing Channel with the Pro Mazda. And I was saying before the broadcast, this is the first race I recall, and it's almost been 5 years with GSRC.
Yeah.
This is the first time I recall doing a Formula Renault. I'm sorry, a Pro Mazda in the field.
Of course, we spent many a season covering the Apex Online Racing League, and they raced the Pro Mazda, but then they switched over to this Formula Renault by the time we got to cover it, and we haven't seen one from them. Pat Copley getting the wave around in 40th position. Check out to see how many drivers are on the lead lap. We still have 37, and I think now we're going to pick up a few more. Copley coming around. Speaking of the AOR, that's where we got to meet Harrison Finch.
Yes, and Joe Ringrose.
Them Ringrose too, that's right.
Finch, one of your favorite birds, Soup. I'm my understanding.
That's right. Now, I think it's very appropriate since this is the Little Wings 125. I think a Finch would qualify. I think actually if his name was like Eagle or Condor, they would not let him race because his wingspan would not fit the specs.
It's a shame we didn't have a Dove show up.
A Doves.
She would have been a good fit in this field.
I did see Sarah Dove in the MX5 World Tour a little earlier today. Give a shout out to Sarah. She races both in that series and the one you covered earlier today, the Absolute Beginners IndyCar League. She had to have a Sophie's choice of which series she was going to race in as they ran simultaneously. Very busy weekend here on the Global Sim Racing Channel. 5 races today, 3 more tomorrow.
Yeah. Top that. There you go.
None of them more fun than this one.
Well, you know what? This is our icing. This is our GSRC icing on a cake of a day. So
we are done for the day after this one. All right, Harrison Finch continues to be your leader. We are working lap number 12. He'll be working lap number 13 when he comes across the finish line. As I put on my Captain Obvious cap. Ringrose and Egan filling up row 2. Meyer and Jones. Our first Mazda, Michael Kazi in 7th. All right, let's get ready to go green one more time. See if we can get in a few this time. All the drivers out there on 11-lap stints that are within the top several positions. All right, Sean, I feel it. I think we're going to get this one going here. Double file restart. Pace car is in. I'm going to give it a call. This is going to help him if I do a catchphrase here. Chug-a-lug, chug-a-lug makes you want to holler, Idaho, let's go green. Finch gets a horrible start. He's getting blown by. He's dropping like a pigeon. Can he stay out of the way? So far, they managed to clear him. Must have had the car in the wrong gear.
You ever seen such an angry horde of cars go into turn 1 at Indianapolis Motor Speedway? My word.
They managed to get around him. Rigby out in front, Ringrow. How about the Mazda of Kazi? He's coming in 3rd. It's 2 by 2 by 2. Finch now trying to make up for his air. He's coming through the middle.
Ay, ay, ay.
Great racing if they can stay racing. Kazi now into 2nd. We got a spin in the back. I hear it. It's a caution, and it's Combs. Andrew Combs is barrel rolling. Car number 43, as our director is looking for him. And it looks like
He's
Sean.
going to get clipped, Soup. He's going to get clipped by a car coming on the outside. And that was Pat Copley.
Copley had just got the waiver.
I'm sorry. We'll go with Copley. Let's stay with Copley. Copley doesn't sound right.
Guitar player for the Police, if memory serves, right? Maybe the drummer.
No, not the drummer. The drummer is the great Stuart Copeland.
Oh, Copeland. See, that's where I was going. It's Copeland.
Yeah.
Clearly wrong. Okay, boys and girls, take a drink.
Wow.
Honestly, I hope they followed the rules and kept our consumption game to a non-alcoholic beverage.
or you've got a good plan for after this is over, like an Uber or a Lyft.
Yeah. Nothing beats a good old duels. Well, what we have now is a new leader, Joseph Ringrose, out in front. But how about that Pro Mazda of Michael Cozy Jr.? Let's go ahead and how about we can Andrew Combs has just backed it into the wall under yellow as he's trying to limp that car around. Car number 43 was part of that last incident. Finally gets it to the pits. Can we get a look at car number 43 right now? And this is not how they're supposed to look. This is one of the more beat up cars you'll ever see. As we zoom in on that one, that almost doesn't, the driver leaves, that almost doesn't look like a car. Looks like it's been through the car squisher, you know?
Yeah. That wing just does not look right.
Yeah, there's a lot.
I would say that we could call that crushed. Would that be crushed?
All right. 36 laps of racing to go. We are working lap number 15. Shout out to my sometime booth mate, Joseph Ashes Ringrose. Working on a nickname for that guy. I like Ashes.
Well,
I had We All Fall Down. I thought that was a good one, but it was a little long. Joseph, We All Fall Down Ringrose, but that one's not catching.
Well, Ringrose off to a good start, man. I'm happy for him. He's right where he likes to be, right at the front.
That's too bad. I wish Harrison Fitch. It's too bad we couldn't. Some of these guys should go to our ready for interview room. We could actually talk to them during the yellow flag. I'd sure like to find out what happened to Finch on that when we went green. I'm kind of worried maybe Harrison was partaking in our consumption game there.
Well, listen, it wouldn't be the first time that somebody, a driver, was paying attention to the broadcast. So you've probably encouraged that, unfortunately, Sue.
Talk about locations of some of these drivers. Ringrose is from the UK. Kazi says he's from the Atlantic. I guess that's on the Atlantic seaboard here somewhere. Is that what that would mean? Or
yes,
is he in the ocean? I would hope he's shorebound.
The old man in the sea?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Christopher Rigby. I don't know why, but a Rigby sounds like it should be a down under name, and sure enough, it is. Racing out of either Australia or New Zealand. Possibly New Guinea, but I'm going to rule that one out.
We got Matt Egan, New Jersey. Forget about it.
There you go.
Old buddy Finchy there, Harrison Finch from I can't Sue. Is he an Ireland guy? Is Finch an Ireland guy?
I don't think so. I think he's more Wales or England.
You know what? I think you're right. I think he's from Wales. I think I remember him being from Wales, actually. That makes him a Welshman.
Adam Meyer with Carolina on his mind.
Thanks. I'll have that one in my head for an hour.
Oh, how about this one? When the lights went out in Georgia, how about Jay Berg?
I've been saying bougie.
Bougie. Okay,
Bougie.
We'll go with bougie.
There's no R. We think it's bougie.
You're right. Bougie.
Yeah, we'll go with bougie. look all the way over to the left coast there, California. Your backyard there, Soup. Andrew Cardinal.
And then rounding out your top 10 there, Bruce Jones.
We've been corrected. Connor Ryan checking in. Finch isn't from Wales.
is not from Wales?
Not from Wales, no.
Okay. All right.
Thanks, Connor, for pointing it out, buddy.
Wife and I spent some time over in England for 4 or 5 days. I can confirm that the stereotype that they talk about the food being bad, that's a 10-4 on that one.
I remember you telling me that. That's a bit of a disappointment from someone who often yearns for some fish and chips.
I could have been my own. I could have been halfway to blame for that. Probably not the place I really want to try to order up Chinese food. So maybe I'm partly responsible.
Okay, more information from our old friend Connor Ryan.
I love Connor. Keep it coming, buddy.
Yeah. Finch is from the northern part of the UK, a little place called Preston.
Okay. Well, that's probably where he is half the year, but then, of course, he probably migrates.
I'm thinking he migrates to the south of France. That's just going to be my guess.
That's where I would go. All right. We're done. We have filled enough. The next yellow, we are going to go to break, but we're going to stay with you right now. We're going to go green from here. Nobody really has made a stop. There is one guy, Clifford Eben, came in. He's gone out there for 7 laps on his tire. Maybe he can go the distance. We got to take this seriously now. But again, I'm thinking with all these yellows, you laughed at me when I brought it up. No stop. All right, we are going to go green for what would be the 4th time. Once to start the race and then 3 restarts. Here we go.
So we're being accused of Finch bias.
Yes, it's possible. Ringrose gets a much better start than the driver of Finch. But look at this on the outside. Look at the grunt from that Pro Mazda. They're standing and applauding in Japan as Michael Kazi gets that manufacturer out in front. Ringrose in 2nd. Bouger in 3rd. Rigby, Finch, round out your top 5.
They're 3 wide coming out of 2. Chulols and Edgar Sancinelli here. Watch out! Oh man!
Oh, look at the
Bruce
whole
Jones.
It's 3-4 wide. There are 4 different lanes. Easy, boys. They get it sorted out. The driver up on top. That's Trulols, hoping that everyone can just stay in their lane. We'll follow that battle that's going on in the mid-pack there, about 13th. It's a pinata full of bees.
It's
They are weaving. Boy, everybody giving each other enough room. Oh my goodness, it's like the parking lot when Disneyland closes. They are all heading towards the exit right now. In 7th, it's Cardinal as he drifts up a little bit high. Bruce Jones on the top side in the 25.
Yeah, this is intense, Soup. Jones got to be really, really careful here.
Some of the cars back out. Trujillo says, Sancinelli says, I've had enough of that. They back out. Wallet back in 14. Shooting through the middle. That is Speidel. Taking that Mazda up into 10th position. On the top side, in the yellow car, the citrus-flavored car, that's Skinner. Above Egan. Oh my, going really low. In the Marlboro machine, it's Andrew Cardinal, the California kid.
Watch out, he's coming. Matt Egan doesn't. Egan going to stay up top. He comes down and makes contact.
He catches him and
he Egan hard in the wall.
Pinwheeling down right in front of Clifford Eben. The rest of the field scrambles by somehow. Take a drink.
Wow.
And by the way, as we look at the replay, Harrison Finch has managed to get back up to the lead. Crackers, you and I have been doing this for long enough. Our spidey senses started tingling. We just kind of knew that was where it was going to be.
Yeah, Soup. I mean, we'd actually started to get on a pretty decent run right there, and Cardinal and they just obviously get too close. And when you're running 3 and 4 wide every inch of this track, it's probably bound to happen. And it's probably not the first time we're going to see it. You know who really got lucky was Skinner. Skinner, he was right there, and he just missed it. I'm never going to be able to say his name the same way again now, Soup. Thanks.
I think we might have been on to something as far as the Pro Mazdas maybe being a little disadvantaged during qualifying because they seem to race better than they qualified. Because now we're getting a nice mix up there. Finch in a Renault, Rigby in a Renault, but then you got Kazi in a Mazda. And then another one back for Jay Bouget. What are we saying? We're going with Bouget? Is that what we're with?
Yes, Bouget. In fact,
Bouget.
We got confirmation on that. Yes.
Jay Bouget. That's a great name. Sounds like he would like sing standards in Vegas. Honey, you want to go see Jay Boucher at the Sands?
I think he's opening for Engelbert.
That's it. What we're gonna do right now before we embarrass ourselves anymore is to take a short break. We'll be back before they go green. Welcome back to GSRC's coverage of this very special event, the Little Wings 125 from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. A special shout out to the multitudes of viewers watching us still, sticking with us live on our YouTube channel. Thanks for showing your devotion and loyalty.
Yes, and if you haven't subscribed to us, now is a good time. Hit the red button. Subscribe to us, folks. Don't waste your time being here. We're not going to waste yours. In fact, we're going to have a little bit of fun with this, Soup, as we are about to hit the halfway point of this race.
That's an accomplishment.
We should break out the piñata.
That's a piñata full of bees. I'm not sure our work in the booth is really going to inspire a lot of people to hit that subscribe button, but we'll see what we can do here. Here's what's up. We're halfway through. We've got all of this nonsense behind us now. Now we go green from here. Let's talk some seriousness about strategies. Benjamin Morton sits in 19th position. He is probably good to go from here. Other drivers, Anthony Burrows, Matthew Fox. So under the rare solar eclipse bizarre happening that we are able to go green from here, those are the drivers that are really in the good position.
Soup, I can confirm from the YouTube chat that Baron Von Haggis is hammered. He has gone through a bunch of beer, and now he's moved on to the cocktails.
Okay. It's clearly not listening to my O'Doul's recommendation, but I'm glad he's enjoying the broadcast. All right. The pace car will be coming in this time as they are going to be working well. They'll be working lap 25. They'll get the halfway award as they come around next time. Harrison Finch, he's the type of guy that wants to win everything. If he'll fight to be the halfway mark winner, even though there is no official marking for that. He'll want to do that one.
Just a reminder, there is no Harrison Finch bias here in the booth. So,
well, no, come on. He got to the lead. I didn't even call it last time around as we go green. Finch with a much better start this time. Ringrose, luck of the run, but nowhere to go for Cozy. Cozy says, I will just cozy myself right up in here. And he gets through.
Okay, watch Andrew Cardinelli come through here. He's in that Marlboro car. The Pro Mazda coming through, getting right under Ringrose here into turn 2.
In 5th position. Ringrose started, took him to the green flag. He's now fallen back to 6th. Let's watch up front. It is Cozy. There comes Sean.
Oh.
Look back. There's Ringrose making his way underneath. In that Emerson Fittipaldi painted machine. Boy, he's really close. Almost gets into Rigby. They fan out of 4. Oh, and he gets up front. They get turned. And when they spin in front, it's going to be an octopus putting on his socks. Everybody going everywhere. You can't tell what's going on.
That, I'm lost. I'm trying to see where it started.
Oh.
It started up front. It looks like
the very front.
Yeah, Finch got into the back of Cozy. Oh boy, and Cozy takes Mr. Toad's wild ride. Man, that was a. I don't think the car ever flipped over, but it sure spun a lot.
It looked like the opening lap of the 1973 Indy 500. Google it, boys and girls. My gosh.
Wow, that was a melee.
Wow. I'm gonna do my best to find somebody who was in the back that wasn't involved in that one that got through. We'll see if we can stick with it a little bit longer. I think I found it. I think I like. Oh, he got some of it. Let's look at the car of Jason Wallet, the number 14 machine. Now you'll see a little bit of damage. I think he gets rear-ended. But then pretty much, this is a little bit of slalom here. So he goes right, goes left, goes right. Got cars bouncing in front of him. I'll go this way, and then I'll go back this way, and there's the guy. And then there's another guy, and I'm through.
Like stepping through a minefield.
Nice job,
Whoa.
Jason.
We got a couple laps in. We got a lap in, Sue.
Take a drink. Uh-oh. They're coming to pit, but these are guys that have to come in and get their free repair. Somehow Harrison Finch has stayed out. He apparently was not involved. I think he might have caused it.
Well, majority of the field coming down now, of course. It's time. We're in that safe window to go ahead and take a stop.
4 cars have yet to pit. Finch, Rigby, Speidel, and Lanier. Doug Lanier, a name we have not mentioned, qualified in 14th spot, racing now in 6th in his Pro Mazda. It's a nice car, nice paint scheme to race here at Indianapolis, which is noted for racing on Memorial Day. That is, it's like an Air Force, maybe? I don't want to get that wrong.
Yes, U.S. Air Force. Yes, that's...
Greg Lanier in the number 98 machine, Director.
Yeah, that's painted like an old Tomcat.
Yes, it does. And then, be patriotic, let's go to the number 45 machine.
Yeah, Dwayne Benzinger. I saw that one earlier today.
Oh my, that is alarmingly patriotic.
Yes. They definitely took the stars part of it very seriously.
That's a futuristic car because that includes like Puerto Rico and after Greenland has become part of America. Well, of the United States. I guess Greenland is part of America. All right, you guys on the YouTube chat, tell me if Greenland is part of North America. Gotta be, right?
No, that's a tricky one.
Okay.
I don't believe it is. Greenland's considered a continent, isn't it? Or no?
No. That's an island, buddy.
I've lost my mind. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Oh, somebody's got to answer that for us, too.
Okay. All right. Well, the 4 cars that have stayed out, we talked about Finch, Rigby, Speidel, and Lanier. They race 1, 2, 3, 4. Leader of all the cars who have pitted and can go the distance, Mark McFadden, racing in 5th. Racing in the Automotive Refinish Machine, PPG.
All right, Sancinelli just got to wave around here, Soup. I think that means this time by the next time by the lights should go out on the pace car for us. Okay, Soup, we're getting an answer.
Okay.
Greenland is in North America.
There we have it.
And I'm being corrected and reminded that it's just a country, man. Ease up, ease up. Okay. But not very green. Lots of ice in Greenland.
I was always told they named it Greenland to fool people to go live there.
That might actually be fact.
I believe so. It's certainly didn't help the people in Iceland. Who's going to live in Iceland?
It's a great tourist destination, I hear.
Yeah,
actually.
but it just honestly, I mean, could you name your country anything more or less appealing than Iceland? All right. Well, let's stay cool right now, drivers. Harrison Finch, Christopher Rigby, they're going to make up your front row. Scott Speidel, Doug Lanier. Row 2. Harrison Finch did get credit for leading at the halfway mark. Might be a good time to send the spouse, either he or she, out to the supermarket for another beverage run, because I don't think we're done yet.
I keep thinking the Baron's going to run out here at some point.
Baron sounds like you might get cranky if that were the case, huh?
Well, he's the Baron of Haggis. So I don't know if you've ever had any haggis, but let's just say it's an acquired taste.
I got to say hello to Dwayne Benzinger, one of the first drivers I ever met when I joined iRacing. Good to see him racing. He'll remember me.
Did you serve him his first bear claw at a Back Markers United meeting?
Oh, we would be at the Back Markers, yes.
Super already having trouble, yeah.
They're checking up to start. They managed to get it working. They negotiate. Okay, we're rolling. We got some racing to go now. 21 laps. And there's... Oh, no, and it's Luke Peters in the wall.
Trouble at the back, at the very, very back of the field. I thought Peters was going to correct it. It looked like he made a little bit of contact with Edgar Sancinelli.
He caught it, he lost it, he caught it, he lost it, he caught it, he lost it. Oh. Well, don't worry, Luke. Just go on and get a fresh car in, spin it again.
You know who's back here caught in all this mess, Soup, is Joseph Ringrose, who now finds himself slotted back in 36th place. He got involved in, not the last caution, but I think it was the one right before it. Yeah, it was when they had the trouble at the front of the field. We'll watch the replay here. Ringrose. See if he can. I think we're going to get a good shot of it here. We will.
Absolutely. Hey, tip of the hat to Amjad Jaman. What a great angle we had there on that one. How about we check in on our pole sitter, car number 09, currently in the 23rd position. I don't remember calling this guy's name at all other than when I went through the grid. Ken Raleigh Howell, have not heard much from him. Really pretty car. Well, we're back under yellow again. You know, follow up a little bit on Dwayne Benzinger. Yeah, so you talked about Back Marker United. Actually, he was advocating to put a Sharpie on the car to indicate a back marker. I thought that was very, very
That's a solid idea.
Yeah.
Well, Soup, as we run up and down this field, time to check in on a few drivers here, and as we've kind of been doing already. And well, let's check in on the refrigerator here and see what William Perry is up to. Up 16 spots right now in 26th. It might be time to call in the defense, and it's not bad, man. 16 spots, he's still running.
Great 30 for 30 on ESPN about the championship Chicago Bears and William Perry getting to score a touchdown in the Super Bowl, and the great Walter Payton did not. Our leader, Scott Speidel, Rigby, Lanier. As we have news, we have to be careful here, Sean, not to be caught up in the silliness. We have a race going on. Our leader pitted, Harrison Finch.
He did. Finch got that out of the way. Where does that put him as far as position goes? That's down the field, and boy, Soup, all the way back to 27th. Finds himself in the same position Ringrose is in, all the way back there. at the rate we're going right now, Soup, it's going to be tough to make up those spots.
I think passing will not be the problem for Ringrose and Finch. It'll be surviving will be the problem, because that's right back in the mix.
Yeah, but how much can you pass if you're only getting 1 to 2 laps in at a time? That's where I'm at on it. It's just going to put them in a really, really tough position. Here is we're now on lap 32. They could probably claw their way back through the field, but like you said, what cost will that come at as far as damage?
Let's make a point then to follow some of our good qualifiers through. Howell is back there in 27th. We'll watch him. Finch is 2 spots back in 29th. Ringrose well down. Well, Ringrose is a lap down, so he's got a lot of work to do. Joseph, how is it possible that you could be a lap down? Must have had to take a tow.
Yeah, probably. He got, when that wreck happened at the start-finish line there on the front stretch, and he got wrecked, he was already past the start-finish line, so if he had to tow in from there, then it was a long tow. Absolutely, he probably would have lost the lap.
What are they doing outside your window there? Is they they tearing up the sidewalk, Sean?
Soup. They're relocating the booth while I'm in it. Is basically what's happening. I'm on the back of a flatbed right now.
Working lap number 30. Now this lap number 33. This is usually where I turn to my partner and I say, "Sean, what time is it?" And he tells me that it's time to boogie. But we're not going to do that yet.
No, let's save that for the next to last lap.
Okay. Wave around. Let's take a quick look at car number 49, Paul Parashuk. Going to put in a nice lap right now, out there all by himself. Another patriotic car, and that, oh, look at that beautiful, not only navy, but look at that, like, ocean background there, the splashes.
In the Navy.
I
had to, man.
Oh, my goodness.
Musical reference number 48. There we go.
I think it says, right, if the page 17 of the GSRC Commentator's Handbook, no singing of the village people. It's right there. It's in bold. Read the manual. All right. They're going to, oh no, I thought they were sorting up 2 by 2, but there's more wave arounds to go.
I think, was that Joe Ringrose? Yeah, Joseph getting a wave around.
Joseph following Michael Usal all the way around. Let's see if Joseph has any kind of special paint scheme on his car.
No, he's got his regular AOR paint scheme on there.
You would think he could stick on a GSRC sticker on there somewhere.
Oh no!
All right, we're gonna try something different here. Oh, Finch is in the chat. I thought he was going to be able to talk to us here under yellow. Okay.
Yeah, no, he's in the YouTube chat. Troll.
Harrison, come on in, and we will get an interview on the next at least yellow flag. Come on in and talk to us. And that goes out to any other driver. It's just not Harrison Finch, who we do just seem to have an unusual affection for.
Yeah, he is texting and driving, though. I don't know if I approve of that. In fact, it's illegal in most states these days.
Oh, that's certainly, if you're a Hoosier, you'd be in trouble. I remember NASCAR having to put in a rule. Remember, because
Brad Keselowski.
Keselowski was
Brad Keselowski was tweeting from his car. Yeah.
All right, we are ready to go green, and we're going the distance here. Buckle up, get your drink, get your snack. You'll have no more chances from this. We're going to have 16 laps.
And the fans, I'll tell you what, the fans want it, Soup. They want racing. They're complaining, they're screaming, they're shouting. They want racing. Here we go.
These two-dimensional fans have traveled from such a far distance. We're back under green. Scott Speidel leading the field. I've noticed that Speidel has a bent front ring on his right side. Doesn't slow him down as he gets a great start. Look at the run going on behind. Some drivers going left and right. Alan English, one of those. On the top side, it was Benjamin Morton. Look at that battle for third.
Oh, boy, the battle for 13th back here a little bit further. Jay Bougie leading the charge here into 13th. Just behind him, we've got Skinner.
Gotta go to the front, though. They are racing in diamond formation. Out in front, it's Lanier. On the top side, Speidel. English down below. Working way up top of the light blue machine. That's Mark McFadden. He's got it rolling. Underneath, Rigby makes a move. 5 cars in line down below. 4 cars scrambling up top. The driver for third, that's Christopher Rigby.
Look, just behind him, Soup, 4 wide.
They are fanned out, and it's all back 34th position, are all still in a pack as they head across the line, working lap 36.
Man, here comes Adam Meyer. He was the one that came through all that, Soup. Meyer now up to 4th.
Oh,
he's coming through again.
Got to go to Cozy, whatever his name is. He goes through, and he's bringing. No, that's Boucher coming with him. Cozy is working like a madman. He's now up to 6th. Boucher in 7th. Stuck on the outside is McFadden.
Oh! And the leaders. The leaders in the short chute into the wall, Soup.
It's Rigby down low. And the car up above, they got it together. That was
Copley in the middle. Yeah, Copley had to check up. He gets hit from behind, and the car he checked up on got spun around, and that was Rigby.
But I think it's Adam Meyer too, is it not? I'm looking at Adam Meyer, and unless my timing and scoring is wrong in the. That started it as Rigby that got into Meyer.
You know what, Soup? I think you're right.
We have not talked, but I'm sorry to talk about Adam that way. We really haven't mentioned him. The first time we mentioned him, it's involved, but that's Meyer on the top. Boy, it looks like one car goes down, one car goes up. You know, you can only dance the tango in a china shop so long before you're going to break some porcelain. That's what my mom always said. Mom, you're right. It was fun while it lasted.
Wow.
Do me a favor.
It was looking good there for a moment, Sue.
Check in and see how did Finch do? How has Howell done? Howell did not get through very far. Did Harrison get anything done? No, he didn't.
23rd. He was in 26 when we last checked on him there. Picks up a couple of spots.
Ringrose still buried in 32nd.
Yeah.
In fact, he's coming in for a stop. His car is still damaged. He must have picked up more problems there.
Maybe nobody told him it was unlimited repairs.
Well, my plan for no stopping this, which I still think could have been done, has all gone awry as everyone now has made a stop.
We should have had somebody be the sacrificial lamb and try that, you know.
Stay out there and see how far you can go. Alan English is your... Oh, wait a minute. Take a drink. There, okay. Alan English is your race leader.
Alex, I believe the former frontman of Modern English, right?
Well, see, I was going a different direction. Alex English is the Iceman for the San Antonio Spurs, an old NBA player.
Yes. You know what? I remember that. Alex English, yes.
Might be a Hall of Famer. So, we have... Go ahead.
I was just going to say, little known fact about Soup. Absolute NBA nerd.
Oh, frighteningly so. If iRacing was in the form of an NBA, we'd be, I'd have to leave. Alan English is your race leader, qualified in 21st, now is in first. You do the math, that's 20 positions. Second place, Mark McFadden, 5th to 2nd. Michael Cozy, who has really been putting on a show. That last name spelled K-O-S-E-Y. It looks like Cozy to me. C-O-S-E-Y, sorry.
It's all right, you were close.
I can read, I just can't spell, apparently. Jay Bouget, the lounge singer, in 4th. Andrew Cardinal, rounding out your top 5.
It's the Soup, and then it's Benjamin Morton.
Old Salty, having a good run, 28th to 6th.
He is having a good run there, and CM Skinner behind him there. Anthony Burrows. And let's talk about Isabelle Bouchard. Could she be a contender today? Isabelle Bouchard, we're still waiting for our first female winner around here on the Global SimRacing Channel.
No time better than now.
I think so. Let's go. Let's do this. Get it done.
Isabella, hailing out of Canada.
In the Hellman's Pro Mazda.
Gotta make lettuce and tomato sandwich in my future.
So you're a Hellman's guy, not a Miracle Whip guy.
Best Foods. Sorry.
You just confused me. What?
Best Foods mayonnaise is where I go. Did that have Best Foods where okay.
No, I'm a Hellman's guy. My point was Miracle Whip is, I don't know what that is.
It's a miracle that it works at all.
One molecule short of plastic. All right.
Lights are still on the pace car. I was taking care of my grandfather. He was from Czechoslovakia. And one day he sent me to the store for some margarine. He said, go to the store and get me some butter. I don't know how it could be butter, but it is. It's amazing that it's butter, but I cannot believe such thing. And that's what it's called. I go, what? I can't believe it's not butter. That was the actual name of the margarine. Alex English, boy, I'm hitting the bottom of the barrel when I'm going to my Czechoslovakian grandfather. Request for margarine. I've ran out of film material. Did any of the drivers decide to come into the interview? Nope.
Nope. No one took us up on that offer, Soup. They're busy. They're busy avoiding the wreck. So, Soup.
Oh, come on!
I'm trying to see if we've got any drivers here in the back that maybe have a shot at this thing. And we haven't talked about our friend from Australia, New Zealand, Scott Martin, at all since the beginning of the race. But he sits back at 25th in his Pro Mazda. He's done nothing but move up through the field. Hasn't had any trouble. I just wonder if maybe that's a guy that could make a run to the front here. He's either been really lucky or he's really, really good at this point. I don't know.
I'm liking Isabella Bouchard's possibility here. Back there in 9th, clearly she's not sure how many fast repairs she's taken, but let's assume none. Back there in that Hellman machine. Okay. 10 laps to go. Probably not time to me to go to Crackers yet. Get the disco ball spinning. We're going to wait a little while longer. Lights are off the pace car. 25 miles from here. Alan English. He's on the gas. He's got that Pro Mazda out in front. Bringing with him Michael Cozy. 3 wide behind. Anthony Burrows ducks to the inside. He's trying to pick up a few spots.
Yeah, 3 wide, getting through behind Soup. Bruce Jones on his outside. Eric Heater.
Let's go up front as we have a pass for the lead on the top side. It looks like Emerson Fittipaldi. It's not. It's Andrew Cardinal. Out to the lead. Look at the black machine in the middle. That is Alan English trying to fend him off from both sides.
Ooh, and English almost gets in to the car there on the top.
Anthony Burrows in the Red Bull machine. We've seen him be involved in an incident before, but by the miracle of fast repairs, he's out there with us racing for the lead. Jay Boucher on the top. They race in perfect diamond formation across the line.
Boy, just behind Boucher, though, that car is blinking, and that's Benjamin Morton.
Getting high up in the almost.
Oh boy,
that was the gray car of Cozy. Almost got up into the dark flavored machine of English. Here comes the Red Bull car down the middle. He's trying to squeeze his way through. Put him as your leader right now. It's Anthony Burrows. Really squeezing Cozy. Cozy, it's very cozy for Cozy. They come out of 4. There's a spin in the back. I hear him scrambling. Are we under yellow?
Yeah, we're under caution.
Who is it?
I was a mess. I know Doug Lanier was in the middle of it.
Lanier, who was up front for a while.
Don't think it was Lanier's fault. In fact, it wasn't. He was the bystander. Richard Valley gets caught up in that. But that was the. I don't think Valley started that. He certainly gets in it.
Riding on board, Wayne Benzinger.
Yeah, you know what? It was Michel Uzel. Soup, that started with Uzel. He's the blue and yellow car down on the bottom. If you can see up in front there, Uzel's the one that started the contact.
Look at Benzinger get out of the way. Nice job.
Okay, Soup, Baron von Haggis is now looking for liver donors. So this has not gone well for the Baron.
Yeah, I forgot to mention. You know what to do. It's a yellow flag. Take a drink. Again, I am recommending O'Doul's if at all possible.
Yeah, no, the Baron is on the hard stuff right now. He looks like he's gone to scotch.
Okay. Well, I think we'll have a little bit of a shootout here with about 3 to go. Our leader is Michael Cozy. Now, what happened to our girl, Isabella Bouchard?
She's an 8th.
P8. Probably the smartest of the whole batch. She just kind of stayed out of all the nonsense that was going up in front of her.
She did exactly that, Soup. She laid back and let that pack fight and held station. I think Isabella, she knows what's going on here. I think she knows what's up.
And look who's right behind her. How about our pole sitter, Kyan Raleigh Howell, finally back in the mix. Racing in that Haas machine.
Yeah, how about that?
Well, it's been a little sloppy, but it's been fun. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast. We've enjoyed bringing it to you.
Hey, Sue, guess who's with us in the chat? Our old friend And she's been on the cider, by the way. So yeah. Cheers to you there, Sarah.
I hope you can watch the broadcast live. We'll bring her in and get a little insight into what it's like to drive one of these Formula Renault. She's put in a lot of miles in that open wheeler. Cardinal in third. Jay Bouget in fourth. Alan Inglis.
You know what? Let's talk about Bouget for a minute. Bouget has been high risk, high reward at this point. He has put that car everywhere. Only made the one stop he needed for fuel, and Soup, it just doesn't appear to be a scratch on it.
I'm telling you who's going to win this thing is the driver in ninth, our pole sitter, Ken Raleigh Howe. He's been back there. Don't know what he's been doing for most of this race, but he's found himself. He's up certainly in striking distance now. What isn't striking distance with the way these cars are racing?
I don't know, Soup. That's a good question.
Yeah. I mean, back in ninth, you can get a run. Those cars get bunched up. They punch a big hole. The problem is we are going to be at the point of no return where the next flag ends it. So,
yeah, you better get your money's worth,
right,
folks. You don't get another shot at this. If I could steal a line, hold on to your butts.
Lights are still on the pace car. We'll go around one more time. We're going to let my buddy Sean Crackers Ambrose start this column to green here, because I think, well, you know what time it'll be, right, Sean, when we do go green. So why don't you set the stage for that when it happens.
All right.
Now,
I got some new platforms. They've got the goldfish in the heels. So, I'm almost out of goldfish though. I got to go stock up.
Yeah.
They only make it for about a day and a half.
Polyester leisure suits are gonna make a comeback one of these days.
God, I hope so. I really hope so.
Yeah. All right, the lights are still on. We're gonna go around one more time. I was getting all excited to turn it over to my buddy, but nope. One more time.
Gonna get one more shot out of here.
I tell you right now, viewers, if we finish this one under green, I will buy all of you. Well, I'll buy all of you a dinner. So send it in care of GSRC, and we'll give you dinner, because I'm almost certain that we're finishing this one at about this pace. Who's our hard charger today? Can we talk about that?
Gee, Soup. Isabella Bouchard is really a good one to look at. I mean, she's up 25 spots.
25 spots, yeah.
I don't see anybody that's eclipsed that. Now, William Perry, the refrigerator, he's up 23. I mean,
the lounge singer, Jay Bouget, is up. He's up 23
he's
as
up
well.
23 spots too, yeah. That's the great thing. That's what you hope for when you have these types of events, is people coming from that far in the back of the pack to be in it here in the last few laps. Really, really good stuff.
If you have not heard Jay Boucher sing "My Way," you're missing out. All right, Sean, the lights are definitely off the pace car. There will be 4 laps to go from here. Basically, an Indianapolis 500 qualifying run to the checkered flag as they work their way through 3 into the short chute. Let's see if we can get this thing under green. I will happily buy dinner to all of our YouTube viewers right now.
Don't do that, Sue.
My money's safe. All right, baby, turn it over to you.
Soup, it's time to drop that disco ball down, hit the lights. Baby, it's time to boogie. Let's get this party started here with just 4 laps left to go. The Ford Mustang pace car pulls off. Mike Cozy really waiting this time. And we are meeting green, and they're already crashing at the back of the field. Suddenly, several cars got clipped. The yellow flag is out.
I think our winner is going to be Michael Cozy. Anthony Burrows will have no time. Andrew Cardinal, no time. Racing to the front, trying to steal the win, is Isabel Bouchard. I love it, Isabel. Trying to who would that be? Elio Castro Neves, is that who got the win on that one? When they around oh my, it's not gonna work though.
Yeah.
Michael Cozy is gonna come home our champion. We're going to go back and try to find the wreck for you. Oh, take a drink. Your final one of the night. Oh, well, Sean, at least you got to do a couple hustle steps there before went yellow.
Yeah, you know, I really think it started with Andrew Combs. That's really where it all went wrong. And he spins the tires, then he collects himself. Dwayne Benzinger.
Duck, he's a little shorter now, I think.
Yeah, I think Combs just hit the gas a little too quick there, and his car snaps around, hits the inside wall, comes careening back across the track, and takes out Benzinger, and that was a mess. And it's also probably the end of the race. We'll ride it out.
It is the car number 88 of Michael Cozy. He qualified in 11th. Honestly, he's been putting on a great show for us. Anthony Burrows. His friends call him Tony. Big T up into second. Andrew Cardinal. Gonna get that final podium spot.
So, you know, I'm watching the YouTube chat, and I have been, you know, listen, GSRC is open for business, folks. You want us to host your demo derby, your special one-off event? Hey, hit us up, okay? The fans are loving this.
Okay.
Maybe we missed our calling as a network. I don't know. I'm scratching my head right now.
I don't have the stats in front of me, but I don't know if I called more than a dozen laps of green flag racing.
Yeah, it doesn't matter at this point, Steve.
No, it doesn't. Come on, we're alive.
You know what?
This morning, that's already everything's gravy from there.
There are going to be some very happy people at the end of this race. Okay, one, the winner, and two, anybody that came from deep in the field that's in this top 10 right now, which is most of the top 10. I think you're going to have to feel pretty accomplished by this. You'll probably post on iRacing.com on the forum tonight and celebrate your victory with everybody. You'll probably post on Facebook or Twitter or the Gram about your great success here today in this race. And more importantly, you'll toast the commentators, Soup and Crackers, for giving you a little bit of love here on the Global SimRacing Channel.
Nobody I'd rather be sitting next to in this type of environment than you, my friend. How about a little love to car in 7th position, number 455, Benjamin Salty Morton. Started in 28th, going to come home in 7th. Assuming everybody holds station. 2 to go. 5 miles between Michael Cozy Jr. and the checkered flag. But this is Indianapolis, where the ghosts of Parnelli Jones still haunts this track. You never have won it here at Indy until it's over. You might even be leading going into the final corner and still not get a win. Scrolling through the field looking for anybody that hasn't given much love from us.
See that, Soup? Go ahead. I'm sorry. I lost. Wow.
No. Please continue your thought.
I was going to say was we hung our shingle out and we've got people inquiring. Folks, if you want to contact us and you're curious about having us host one of your broadcasts, or provide a broadcast where you can find us at www.globalsimracingchannel.com. And most of the information you need is there, and you can always hit that contact button and shoot us an email. We'll get right back to you. So there you go.
Let's give a
Sorry,
little love. That was very eloquent. Car number 44 in 11th position. This was our pick as the winner here. Eric Heater gonna finish in 11th. Now, what is Exalta? That's the blood clot medicine, right?
It's a pharmaceutical. Yeah. It was on Jeff Gordon's primary sponsors there for a couple of years. Not as good as Cialis, though, Sue.
Yeah. Sounds like you speak from personal knowledge.
No,
Let's go to...
I wanted to make a bathtub reference, but no, that's okay. I honestly, until I knew what Cialis was, I thought they made bathtub soup.
Okay. I understand. How about we're on the white flag. I don't want to miss the leader. How about Connor Welsh? Give him a little attention as he's going to finish in 13th position in car number 35. I hope Connor Welsh is actually from Wales. Let's check that out. He might be. He's from the UK.
Soup, they're really giving you a hard time over here. I miss Soup.
Don't blame him.
Sorry, Dove. I miss Soup getting colors wrong. Speed Racer, I miss GSRC insulting my dial-up internet.
Well, here's the good news for all of you viewers. You almost had your fill of soup, because working his way towards the checkered flag is Michael Cozy Jr. coming out of 4. Nothing except a Martian attack on Indianapolis will keep Michael Cozy from crossing the start-finish line, seeing the checkered flag first. Car number 88.
Oh, all the junior fans will be happy. Sorry, I had to make that reference to.
Racing in the Snowman car. That's a little poker reference there for when you have a pair of 8s. You got Snowman. Coming across the line right now, doing a little dance. He wins the inaugural Little Wings 125. Goes to Michael Cozy. Big T Tony Burrows gets 2nd. Andrew Cardinal in 3rd. Jay My Way Boucher in 4th. Alan English rounds out your top 5. CM Skinner in 6th. Benjamin Salty Morton gets 7th. The Lady of Canada, Isabella Bouchard, gets 8th. Mark McFadden in 9th, rounding out your top 10. Bruce, don't call me Quincy Jones. And the racing is over here at the Global SimRacing Channel, but our broadcast is far from done. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back to run down the entire order, talk to some of the drivers before we put a lock on the gate. Back in a few. Welcome back to this very special event here on the Global SimRacing Channel. The Little Wings 125 from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. We got them all in. It took us a while, but 50 laps are in the books. Let's run down your finishing order right now. It's Michael Cozy with the win. Anthony Burrows behind him. Rounding out your top three, it's Andrew Cardinal. The rest back half of your top five, Jay Boucher and Alan English. Back half of your top 10, CM Skinner, Benjamin Morden, Isabella Bouchard, Mark McFadden, and then Sean, it's Bruce Jones in 10th.
And I get Eric Heater. Brought the heat all the way from Pennsylvania to finish 11th. 12th going to go to Harrison Finch. 13th, Connor Welsh, and he's from Scotland. Sue, Scotland.
Okay.
Greg Chalk, 14th. Jason Wallet, 15th. Luis Gonzalez Nunez, 16th. 17th, Clifford Eben. Not a bad run. That's where he started, man. William the Refrigerator Perry, all the way from the Virginias. 26th place. Soup, the man started 40th. I'd say that's a pretty good day. No, I'm sorry. He finished 18th.
Started 42nd.
Okay. I messed it up. 42nd. There we go. All right. Matthew Fox, 19th and 20th. Joe Ringrose just couldn't make up enough of those spots after that late pit stop.
Hitting blackjack, it is Dennis Donlin catching 22. It's Paul Parashak. Scott Spidley was up front for a while. He has to settle for 23rd in the double dozen spot. It's Luke Trulols. Adam Meyer, we watched him up front as well. He finished in the quarter century mark inside of Luke Peters. Then it is Richard Doherty. Pat Copley behind him. Christopher Rigby qualified second, going to finish in 29th. In 30th, Michael Usal. Sean?
Did you ever want to say Eleanor Rigby at any point during the race?
I did not.
Richard Valley in 31st. Dwayne Bensinger.
Harry, baby. Okay, there, got that one out of my way. All right, we're done. We're going to play it straight from here.
Yeah,
Watch
right.
us be professional from this point on. Go.
Dwayne Bensinger, 32nd. Scott Martin, 33rd. 34th, Guy and Raleigh Howell. Andrew Combs going to finish 35th. Doug Lanier, 36th. Edgar Sancinelli, 37th. 38th, Benjamin Bartolink. Mark Geehan, 39th. And 40th, Donald Robertson.
And a few more to do here. 41st, Matt Egan. Lisa Salafilippo. Eric Keppinger in 43rd. And then 44th, I believe the last driver to actually take the grid, Casey Drake. Okay, there we have 44 drivers that actually gridded up. We got through them all. Do they know how to come into an interview? I wonder if we do. Do they? Okay, who we got? Let's go ahead and take
let's take Burrows first.
All right.
Yeah, Cozy's not here. Burrows is on the podium. We'll talk to Anthony Burrows first.
Go for it, Crackers.
All right. Anthony, man, you picked up 14 spots. You survived this race somehow. Tell us what it really felt like on track. I know we didn't get much racing in.
Yeah, had a lot of cautions during that, but during the green flag laps we did have it. It was a ton of fun. I did quite a few practice races with Clifford, and I had a blast doing those. But yeah, shame it ended under caution like that. But I mean, all around, I had a lot of fun doing this race.
Yeah, it seemed like the BOP on the cars was just fine. What was your impressions?
Yeah, it was fun overall.
Did you think the Mazdas and the Renault pretty evenly matched?
Oh, yeah. Those were set up pretty well. That's about as close as you can get with those two.
Well, congratulations for surviving it, Anthony. We're going to go ahead and let you go. Try and get a few more in here. And you know what? Hopefully we'll be back for the next one.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
There you have it. Big T, Tony Burrows, your second place finisher today. Let's go ahead and now talk to I'm sorry, took my commentator out of the booth here. Let's go ahead and talk to Andrew Cardinal. First of all, Andrew, how do you say your last name?
Cardinale.
Cardinale, okay. 12th to 3rd. You have a good time? A lot of yellows, but when you did get to race, it was kind of fun.
Yeah, I think the unanimous kind of feeling about the whole thing is it was fun while it was green, but everywhere in between, which was most of the race, really, it was kind of lackluster and disappointing a little bit. I think Clifford Eben put a really good effort into this whole thing. It just didn't quite pan out like we wanted it to.
Yeah, I think maybe not unlimited fast repairs might thin the herd a little bit there. Might help out a bit. Why your choice of the Mazda over? I assume you were in the Mazda, right, over the Renault.
Yeah, I wasn't really thinking about it when I came into the room, but it seemed like the big difference between the Mazda and the Renault was just the Mazda got going on the restarts. I think that was the biggest advantage, I think, between either car. It almost seemed like the Renault had a little more, passing ability in the draft, but it was really minute of a difference. But really, I think the big difference between these two cars was just the Renault had a tough time getting going on the restarts. I think the biggest thing was the restart speed, or the pace speed, is right in between the two gears for the Renault. So it was tough for the Renault to get going. But I drove the Mazda, like you said, and it felt fine. I think really just the restart was the only big difference between the cars.
Yeah, I think the Renault maybe qualified better as the Mazdas were well down the list, but when the racing started, you could see the Mazdas doing really well out there.
Yeah, definitely, and that goes back to I think the Renault maybe has a little bit less downforce, gets going better down the straightaways, and has more passing ability. Just like in an Indy car here, you're going to want a little less downforce to actually make passes. But either way, these cars were really even. I think it's actually a great job done by Cliff to get them even. The only thing is really, I think, just maybe a little tiny bit more downforce or weight on the Renault, and a gearing fix on the Renault would make this race so much better.
Well, look, it's our first time talking to you. Keep an eye on us on the GSRC. Go to our webpage. Look for our broadcast. We look forward to seeing you on another race that we cover.
Sounds good. Yeah, my friend actually worked with you guys for a little bit, and I guess I didn't pan out, but I've seen you guys around, and every time I do, it always looks good. So thanks for having me.
All right. Thanks for putting on the show. There you have it. Andrew Cardinale, your third place finisher. Sean, who are you talking to?
Hey, I'm going to talk to our winner. He made it.
Outstanding.
Michael Cozy Jr., congratulations, man. Tell us what it feels like to survive and win this race.
Hello? Is this thing on?
It's on, brother. We can hear you.
Well, I don't know. I almost fell asleep a couple times. What about you guys?
Yeah, we know where you're coming from. We're getting paid to be here, so we had to stay awake. You had some tight spots you were in, though, during the race.
Yeah, I was trying to wake everybody back up. I wanted to make it at least a little exciting. We've had so many darn cautions. It was pretty fun. I got turned for the lead. I don't know if you guys saw that, but I wanted to pit anyway, so I was lucky enough to limp it back to pit road, give me some fuel in that thing so I could get it to the end, and I went from like 21st to top 3, I think, in like a lap or two. I don't know. It was pretty fun. The Mazdas actually got going on the restarts, unlike the other crappy car they had. But they actually were a little bit faster once they got up to speed, though. The Renault car, I was a little bit disappointed. I qualified like 7th. I thought I put together a really good qualifying run until I saw all the cars in front of me were the Renault cars. So they were a little bit quicker, but it was all about them restarts.
Only one fast repair that you had to take? Just one new car?
Yeah, only one, surprisingly.
I think some people may have broke the bank on new cars. I think there were 7 or 8 of them from some of those guys. Well, I'm glad you had fun. You put on a good show. It would have been fun to see how it would have finished under. Well, let me take you this. Let's assume we get to the last lap. We're under green. You want to be first or second?
I want to be like 4th.
I know what you mean. I agree. They put the more cars, the bigger the hole, huh?
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of random. It depends. There's people getting knocked around, people trying to push. I don't know. It depends on how many cars get wide. I want to be in that second group right there so I can get enough of a run coming out of turn 4 and down the straightaway. But yeah, it's crazy. It's all about luck, really.
Let's get you out of here on this one. What's the proper pronunciation of your last name?
Cozy.
Cozy. All right. Well, you're going to feel nice and cozy up in the lead. Congratulations. Good luck to you. We hope to see you on some more broadcasts that we cover here on GSRC.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. Always good to talk to guys for the first time. One of the nice things, Sean, when we get to do these events. Who you got?
Let's talk to a couple of teammates here. Joseph Ringrose and Harrison Finch. A couple of AOR guys. Guys, congratulations, I guess. How you both feeling after that adventure?
It was an interesting one. I'll start off. We sort of both had pretty good qualifyings. Wasn't really expecting to be that far up, to be honest with you. First few cautions, we just sort of worked together, slipstreaming each other. It worked out, and then I think it was the 88 Mercedes Pro Mazda spun, weaved in front of Harrison, and then I lost control of the car. and that's kind of what happened to me.
Yeah, it was actually quite a fun race at the start. It was just the cautions that ruined it a little bit, because it's a long time under cautions, especially for 4 laps. But yeah, it was actually really fun at the start. I was at the front for most of it, and then there was a little incident in front of me. I think one of the Pro Masters just moved in front of me when I moved to the right, and then that caused the crash.
Harrison, it's Soup here. Were you able to multitask under yellow? Maybe get some online banking done, or send out some Mother's Day cards or anything?
I probably could have done, but I didn't choose to. I'm a bit of a rookie in oval racing, so I didn't really know what to do.
Got it.
And that's why I messed up the pit stop and ended up at the back.
Well, boys, thanks a lot for coming in to talk to us. It was a fun event. I think if we do a little tweaking, this might have some potential. So congratulations. Thanks for participating.
Thank you.
No worries. Thank you.
Harrison Finch, longtime driver that we cover here, and also Joseph in the broadcast booth. Full disclosure for GSRC. Did I move somebody out that wasn't supposed to there again? Okay.
That was me that time.
All
I think kicking our director out. Hey, you
All
know
right.
what? I want to talk to one more driver because you've been up there waiting for
Okay.
a while. Let's bring in Alan English real quick. We talked about him quite a bit. The Mid-South driver, he started, 20th or 21st, and you get a 5th place finish, and you survived it. Alan, tell us a little bit about what it took to survive that today, or were you just plumb lucky?
Well, you said it, Sean. It's survival. And yeah, it was a lot of luck because all the carnage that was going on up ahead of us. But we had a good time in practice. We sat on top for a while, and somebody finally got around us there. But it was a great race. It was a lot of fun when we were running green, just like what the other guys were saying. And I really appreciate Cliff putting this on and inviting us.
All right, Alan, I'm going to take a stab at this because I spent a lot of time in the South. You're from the Mid-South, and I'm going to guess Alabama, maybe.
Bossier City, Louisiana.
Louisiana. Darn it.
Close.
Right next door. I was close.
Yeah, not too bad. A couple states away.
Hey, listen, Alan, a lot of fun watching you wheel that thing and get around here today. What's your forte here on iRacing? What do you run the most?
I like running cup cars on the Sunday tracks, but I'll do a little trucks. I'll do a little Skip Barber and Mazda Cup cars. It just kind of depends on what I'm feeling like. But just a little bit of everything. You got to practice at everything to be decent at everything. So that's what I'm trying to do.
Well, I think you made a pretty good statement today by doing as well as you did. And hey, thanks for coming in and chatting with us for a minute, man. And we'll catch you on down the road. Hopefully we'll catch you on another GSRC broadcast here soon.
All right. Thanks a lot, guys. I want to tell my wife thank you for watching the dog for me so he's not wound up in my pedals while I'm racing. So thanks, guys.
Only that's something AJ Foyt never had to deal with that, did he?
I don't think so. I think his blue tick hounds were probably taken care of every time he needed to race. But definitely nice talking to Alan there. And Soup, boy, that was something quite like we haven't seen before. That was a lot of fun.
It was obviously clearly a little bit messy, but I think with a little tweaking, maybe some adjustments on the maybe an Instacap, maybe to keep some of the drivers racing clean, or limiting some of the fast repairs, I think we have potential. I'd like to do this one more time. Let's thank the man who made it possible. That's Cam Evan for organizing this event and contracting with GSRC to broadcast it. We were happy to do it. We had fun. If you know you have lots of we know you have lots of choices when you fly, so thanks for flying GSRC. Thanks to the companies, equipment, and software you see on the screen right now we use on the broadcast. That iconic music that lets your ears alert your eyes you're watching a GSRC production comes courtesy of Eric Eckelm and Casey Lalonde. See the screen to how to contact each of them.
Soup, take note of the upcoming broadcast sliding across your screen now and mark those down on your calendar, folks. If you'd like more information about GSRC, including a complete list of future broadcasts, you can find them on our website. I talked about it earlier, www.globalsimracingchannel.com. We're also on social media, huge presence there. Find us on Twitter at GSR Channel. Facebook, just go over there and type in Global Sim Racing Channel, one word. We're on the gram. Yes, Instagram, GSRC_gram. And while you're here, if you haven't done it yet, simply hit that subscribe button, please. And show us a little love. We love you, and we'll see you soon.
And finally, on behalf of the man whose voice you just heard, Sean Crackers Ambrose, our director and proud graduate of the University of Pitt's Topology, the doctor himself, Amjad Yaman, and our Dougie Beard, our camera artist, I'd like to thank all of you for watching. With that said, we're off to have fun storming the castle. So until next time, race clean. I'll say that again. Race clean. Race hard, and we'll see you on the track.